There was a time when silence visited us naturally. We could sit beneath a tree, watch rain gather on a window, or simply walk without feeling the need to prove we were productive. Today, the world moves with relentless speed. Every notification demands attention. Every headline competes for outrage. Every opinion asks us to choose a side before we have even learned how to listen. Without realizing it, we begin measuring our worth by how quickly we respond, how much we accomplish, and how visible we become. Somewhere beneath all that urgency, something precious quietly slips away. Not our intelligence, not our ambition, but our humanity. We become efficient at everything except feeling. We know how to multitask, yet we struggle to be fully present with one conversation, one meal, or even one quiet moment with ourselves. Perhaps you have felt it too. You wake up tired before the day even begins. You carry conversations in your mind long after they end. You scroll endlessly searching for connection, but somehow finish feeling even more alone. The tragedy is not that the world has become chaotic. Chaos has always existed in different forms. The real tragedy is allowing that chaos to dictate who we become. Japanese philosophy reminds us that external storms are unavoidable, but the condition of our inner world remains our responsibility. Before asking how to change society, we must first ask a quieter question that few people dare to face. In a world that rewards speed above all else, how do we avoid becoming strangers to ourselves? The Japanese principle of wa, often translated as harmony, is frequently misunderstood. Many assume harmony means avoiding conflict or always agreeing with others. But wa is something far deeper. It is the conscious decision to preserve relationships without abandoning one's own integrity. It recognizes that every action creates ripples through families, communities, workplaces, and generations. Harmony is not about silence. It is about responding instead of reacting. It is choosing understanding over ego, patience over impulse, and compassion over the intoxicating desire to always be right. In a world where outrage spreads faster than kindness, wa asks us to become people who calm storms instead of creating them. Imagine two people standing in the same chaotic city. One absorbs every frustration until bitterness becomes their personality. The other experiences the same difficulties, but refuses to let them define how they treat others. The difference is not luck. It is practice. Every smile offered to a stranger, every moment of listening without interruption, every decision to forgive instead of retaliate strengthens the invisible muscle of humanity. Wa reminds us that true strength is measured not by how loudly we defend ourselves, but by how carefully we protect the dignity of others while preserving our own. In an age obsessed with winning arguments, perhaps the greatest victory is refusing to lose your kindness. There is an old story told in many forms throughout Japan. An elderly gardener cared for a small garden beside his home for more than 40 years. Visitors often asked why he continued tending flowers that storms would eventually destroy. They pointed to broken branches after every season and wondered why he never gave up. The old gardener would simply smile as he quietly replanted what had been lost. "The flowers are not the reason I return," he once said. "The garden is growing me." Year after year, while the world around him rushed toward bigger achievements and faster rewards, the gardener cultivated something invisible: patience, gratitude, humility, and peace. His greatest masterpiece was never the garden. It was the person he became while caring for it. Many of us are waiting for life to become peaceful before choosing kindness, generosity, or hope. But the gardener teaches the opposite lesson. Character is not built after the storm ends. It is built while we continue planting despite the storm. Every difficult conversation handled with grace, every disappointment met with resilience, every act of compassion offered when no one notices becomes another seed in our own inner garden. The world may celebrate dramatic success, but history quietly remembers those whose humanity remained intact when circumstances tempted them to abandon it. Perhaps your greatest achievement will never appear on a resume. Perhaps it will simply be the person you become. Modern life has convinced us that faster always means better. Faster communication, faster careers, faster entertainment, faster decisions. Yet our hearts have never evolved to move at the speed of algorithms. Human beings still heal slowly. Trust still grows slowly. Wisdom still arrives slowly. Love still deepens slowly. When we force ourselves to live faster than our humanity was designed to endure, exhaustion becomes normal. We mistake emotional numbness for maturity and constant busyness for purpose. Eventually, we forget what genuine peace even feels like because we have not experienced it in years. Wad gently challenges this illusion. Harmony cannot exist in a life where everything competes for immediate attention. Sometimes the bravest decision is not adding another responsibility, but protecting a quiet evening with your family. Sometimes real productivity means walking without headphones, watching a sunset without taking a photograph, or allowing yourself to breathe without guilt. These moments appear insignificant in a culture obsessed with measurable success, yet they are precisely where our humanity is restored. We do not become more alive by filling every empty space. We become more alive by allowing space for life itself to enter. Peace is rarely found by running faster. More often, it is discovered by remembering how to slow down. Every day, countless people carry invisible battles. The coworker who smiles may be grieving. The cashier who seems distracted may have spent the night caring for a sick parent. The friend who stopped replying may be fighting anxiety they cannot explain. We rarely know the weight another person is carrying. What teaches us that because we cannot see every struggle, we should choose compassion as our default response. A gentle word may not solve someone's problems, but it may become the reason they continue believing kindness still exists. Sometimes the smallest act of humanity becomes the largest turning point in another person's life. Imagine if each encounter became an opportunity not to impress people, but to leave them feeling lighter than before they met you. Imagine becoming known not for your status, wealth, or achievements, but for making others feel safe, heard, and respected. These qualities rarely become viral headlines, yet they quietly transform families, workplaces, and communities across generations. The world often tells us that greatness requires extraordinary influence. Japanese wisdom suggests something different. Greatness begins whenever ordinary people consistently choose extraordinary kindness. We cannot eliminate all chaos, but we can refuse to become another source of it. One day, none of us will be remembered for how quickly we answered emails or how many trends we managed to keep up with. People will remember how we made them feel. They will remember whether we listened when everyone else was speaking. They will remember whether our presence brought comfort or fear, hope or anxiety, warmth or distance. In the end, our greatest legacy will not be the things we accumulated, but the humanity we preserved despite living in a world constantly trying to replace it with efficiency. What reminds us that harmony is not something we find after life becomes easier. It is something we choose every single day, even when life becomes harder. So as you leave this moment, do not ask how to become stronger than everyone else. Ask how to remain deeply human while the world races ahead. Protect your compassion even when cynicism feels easier. Protect your patience when everyone demands immediate reactions. Protect your ability to wonder, to forgive, to listen, and to love. Because the future will always belong to those who keep their humanity alive. The world does not simply need smarter people or faster people. It desperately needs people who remember that the greatest revolution begins quietly within the heart. And perhaps starting today, that revolution can begin with yours.